Hey, welcome back. Hope everybody is having a great Sunday. And thank you so much for joining me talking all things Masters of the Universe. Today, we're going to be reviewing and semi-unboxing the new vintage collection version of Skeletor. We'll take a look at the figure in the packaging. We'll remove him from the packaging, but I will keep him in his prison. All right, we'll compare this version of Skeletor here to his 2022 two-pack version, which was part of the He-Man 40th anniversary edition, all right, to see the similarities between the two figures. All right, we'll compare this packaging also to the He-Man single-carded variant, which is this variant right here, all right? We'll do some comparisons, all right, and have some fun. Now, if you are new to my channel or first time watching, I hope you will subscribe afterwards. I hope you'll hit that like button, and thank you for doing that. Hit that notification bell when I upload new videos, and please share this video who has a passion and a love for collecting all things Masters of the Universe. Without further ado, let's take a look at Skeletor as part of the new vintage collection here. And I gotta say, an amazing version of Skeletor. Finally, I feel like we've gotten that variant of Skeletor from that two-pack, which I do have, and I will show you, finally, in single-carded form, all right? But first, take a look at the packaging here. All right, you have the Masters of the Universe logo here. You got the 30 points of articulation right there. You have the rocks blasting, of course, around the Masters logo here. And there's old Bonehead here, old Skeletor. It looks really good. Looks amazing. Of course, you have the rocks blasting around him right here. You got Skeletor, the evil Lord of Destruction. You have the vintage 80s vibe of the logo of the Master Universe, like Origins has in the 80s line here. Got lightning all around right there. You have the vintage collection right here. All right. You see right there, he has his standard, his Havoc staff we've seen, before. Right. Now, before let me turn the figure around for the art right here. Now, I love this artwork here. I get a lot of old school vibes here with this artwork here. It looks beautiful. All right, it looks really good. Little bio here, a little Skeletor, of course. And also, like, I'm getting the not like I'm getting the Origins vibes of the back of the packaging and the vintage 80s vibes too, because this is the vintage collection. I like that. I really like that. All right, a little more pause that right there, a little bio right there. All right. Now, before we compare, get him out of the packaging, I do want to put him next to, the He-Man variant. This was a Walmart exclusive, I believe. And this was also a Walmart exclusive right there. There's He-Man. And it's similar packaging, as you can see. They get the same, style in the logos of the Master of the Universe right there. He-Man and Skeletor. But only difference is, as you can see right off the bat, is that this packaging, because it came out in 2022, all right? That was 3 years ago, guys. Wow. All right? This falls in line of more of the old school packaging of the Masterverse line, okay, with the big window box, all right? This version, of course, is more of the newer packaging style of Masterverse, but it's very similar, somewhat, all right? But I'm going to show you side by side, the packagings here, all right? And of course, I did bring out that newer variant, or the new school packaging here, which is right here. I brought out the new Attorney version of the Bone Throne variant of Skeletor. So you can see there's no glamour shot, there's no figure in the front right here. It's just that old school vibe and feel of the artwork, and beautifully done with the rocks blasting around it with Skeletor here. All right. So finally, I've been saying for years, like, it's taken over 3 years. You know what? Before we get started, before I get ahead of myself, let's get that other version of Skeletor on the table here, guys, real fast. All right, hang on. So, if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, I'm sure you do. All right. So we have right here. Let me get the all stuff out of here so it doesn't fall out. I hope not. Okay. Might fall. So this is the variant I'm talking about here. So, to celebrate He-Man's 40th anniversary, and I've showed this multiple times on the channel here. Okay. They came up with this beautiful double pack of He-Man and Skeletor to celebrate, of course, He-Man's 40th anniversary for Masterverse. And, of course, in the same year, we got that 4-pack of He-Man Origins figures, that have gone down in price now on Mattel Creations. If you are interested in getting that, by the way. It did go down in price. All right, if you are wanting to collect that. But as you know, and I do have that variant of He-Man right here. We got that single-carded version, the same time, the same year as this double pack, but we never got, of course, this version of Skeletor. All right. So finally, I feel like this is the best one to kind of, to give us that that single-carded version of this version of Skeletor to celebrate the 40th anniversary. Now let's get him unboxed. All right, and we'll take a much closer look at him. All right. So hang on, everybody. All right, everybody. As you can see, he's out of the packaging, and right off the bat, you can notice clearly there's some major differences between the two figures here, between Skeletor, this version of Skeletor, and this version. Of course, especially the skin tone of Skeletor. This is more of a lighter tone of the skin here of this version of Skeletor. All right, compared to his 40th anniversary double pack variant here of the vintage collection, I guess, version. But that also, as you notice, this version of Skeletor, as you know, is the mouth is articulated. This variant is not. But just like He-Man here, he was flocked, and this version was not. Which, it doesn't take away. I love articulation, but it does not take away from the figure itself. All right, it looks great. You got the same Havoc staff, same style of. Let me get the camera a little bit closer here, guys. All right, you can see the. Very similar. Now, I'm noticing, well, the head sculpts look a little bit different. Now, the body, like the armor, is also different. You got the jewel right there. This is a little bit different. But the sash is the same. But I'm noticing also that, it's been 3 years, so they could probably tweaked it up, and moved it, and kind of, like, made it better. But I'm noticing that the head sculpt from this version is more rounder. If I can get the camera just right here. Guys, all right. Of course, this one is a very clean, skull right here. This one has some age. It's dirty. It's old. Like he's been around fighting He-Man for some time now. All right. Now he also is supposed to include a power sword too. I don't see it in the packaging. Wait. Okay, wait. So inside the box here, you can see this little tab right here. It looks like the power sword is probably in there as well, and including some extra hands, which I'm not going to remove. All right. I never liked the fact that I get it back in the old days. The power sword was split in half, and He-Man had the good, the one side, and Skeletor had the other. But I never liked that because I always followed the Filmation cartoon versions of Skeletor, which he never really had the power sword or a purple variant of the power sword in a way. They kind of did that with the Revelations, but I never really cared for it. All right. So I'm not going to remove that the power sword. It's basically, this version of the power sword here, right, what He-Man has, but it's purple. So, all right. Skeletor right here, if I can get him standing up properly. But he looks great. He looks really good. A top figure. Top solid right there. I love the packaging. So let me know, guys. Let me know your thoughts and feelings of the very first vintage collection version of Skeletor. All right. Looks really good. Yeah, everything's just almost identical from from his armor, from his his chest armor. To his sash in front right there, to his feet. Looks really good. Finally, like I said, I've been waiting, patiently. I never understood why we always got that single-carded variant of He-Man, a part of the 40th anniversary, but we never got this version of Skeletor. And finally, in a way, we can say we do finally have him. I know it's all about He-Man, and I get it. It was his anniversary, but it's also Skeletor's anniversary as well. He's been fighting He-Man as long, for 40 years. That's why they made this beautiful double pack, for us collectors. And so finally, I can say that we finally got a true version of that old school version, like the Filmation 80s variants of Skeletor in the collection, right? So the same hand sculpts right there. Yeah, same hand sculpts as this variant right here. Looks good. So I'm on the hunt for a second one, definitely, all right? And a funny story too, guys, all right? Hang on, let me tell you. So we're back to them, guys. All right, so beautiful Skeletor here. Probably one of the best. Not my favorite, but he ranks up as one of the top 5 versions. I still like that battle armored variant of Skeletor. I would say number 2. If I think about it, number 2. I still like also the Horde version, the with the black cloak. The when he first becomes Skeletor, I like that variant as well. With that version of Skeletor, I think that's a solid figure. Now, about this figure, I got him off of eBay. Now, I did pre-order him on Walmart when he was first announced back in late November, maybe early December. And when I pre-ordered him off of Walmart's app, and I believe he's a Walmart exclusive. Okay, I've not seen any word about any other online stores getting him. Like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, maybe Amazon, possibly. But when I pre-ordered him off of Walmart, the first available figure of him was going to come out in April 1st. So that's a long ways. They announced it, and I'm like, well, I guess I have no choice. So I pre-ordered 2. And so recently, back in January, I'm always scrolling, guys. I'm always looking for new figures for the channel to review you guys with you guys and talk about them. I noticed this version of Skeletor available by late January. It was available. They were in stock. I'm like, absolutely. I purchased 2 of them. They said processing. So I'm like, great. So my original pre-order of him, the one that was supposed to come out in April, I canceled. I'm like, well, I don't need those 2 anymore. I have, 2 that are going to be coming within a week, and I can review them on the channel here, and I can unbox one with them. And yes, absolutely. Finally, like I said, I'm very excited because we're finally getting that version of Skeletor here, in that vintage old school line, and look like He-Man. We're finally getting that. And what a perfect, I had this beautiful drop here. And once I get that version of He-Man, Skeletor, I'm going to put them on this backdrop. And this is perfect. I can put He-Man and Skeletor fighting in this beautiful backdrop. So anyways, back to the story real fast, guys. I'm sorry. So the 2 new ones are coming, the variants are coming out in January. Then I get the delay. It's going to be delayed. And so it's going to be pushed back to the point where they finally tell me it's been canceled. It's been out of stock. Excuse me. So now I have nothing now to show for it. Like, my first original order got canceled, and now it's gone. Now it's not available no more because somebody, a collector, picked them up. All right. And of course, I don't know if that was a clickbait or what, but now and I was very frustrated, but luckily, guys, all right, just keep, eBay is pretty solid. If you can just find that right seller that gives you some great deals and show interest. If you just hit that hard button, a lot of times, these sellers will give you some good discounts. Now, he did not give me a discount. The seller who sold me this did not give me a good discount, but I still probably paid a little over retail price. Not much, but thank God I wasn't sure what I was going to do. Because I've been going on the app for Walmart to see if I can, pre-order him again, and he's just out of stock right now. Of course, we're getting that Zodak, and I think Stratos as well is another variant coming very soon. So just keep at it, everybody. If you can't find a figure, online, I know eBay sometimes, these sellers do jack up the prices, but sometimes if you show interest, with your passion, with your figures, sometimes the sellers will give you some good discounts. All right, but with this version of Skeletor, finally, like I said, it looks amazing, fully articulated. Like any Masterverse figure, you can you can move from the arms. What can do with He-Man here? You can move the swivel head. You can twist the arms, the waist here. You can bend at the legs. So beautifully done, beautifully. So let me know, guys. Did you pick him up yet? Are you going to pick him up, or are you going to pick him up? Skeletor here for the vintage collection here. I love the bubble. And this is perfect. I love this bubble here. It's not as big as that version of He-Man, but it still looks good. It looks really good. See if I can get that variant of He-Man here. Packaging right here. You can see. There you go. There's a nice shot right there, guys. All right. So let me know, guys, what your thoughts are about this version of Skeletor. Are you going to be picking him up at all? Is he a pass? And it's funny because we just talked about the other day about getting so many of the same figures constantly through this universe, this amazing universe. Like we just talked about, like possibly another Hordak and another Tila coming in Wave 18 of Masterverse. And now we have another version of Skeletor. But this Skeletor here, I give it a pass. Because this is the Skeletor we should have gotten back in 2022. All right, that's why I give him. And it's also Skeletor and He-Man. He-Man, Skeletor, the two top main good guy and bad guy gets a total pass for for me as a collector. It's the other figures. I can do a video of all the Tilas we have in the collection, and all the Hordaks and Beastman and Man at Arms and Merman and so forth. This is crazy, and Triclops and Trapjaws. But there's, like I said before, there's so many amazing figures out there in this universe, in this world, that I don't know if we're ever going to get, because they keep recycling the same figures over and over again. But not Skeletor, not He-Man, Skeletor. They pass. They get the pass for me. But hopefully, I want to get a wave that we get brand new figures from the first figure to the last figure in that wave. All right, maybe wave 19 if the line keeps going. But sorry for my rant, everybody, But finally, we got this version of Skeletor. He looks amazing. I love the look here. Get one more shot of him before we end the video here. It looks beautiful. Looks absolutely. I will say, because of all the versions of Skeletor we've gotten so far in this Masterverse line, I think he's my second favorite version of Skeletor here. Alright, guys, I'd like to take time now to, of course, thank my subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. It's been a lot of fun. And, of course, yes, once I do find another version, I don't know about Walmart, guys. I don't know. But I might have to buy them off of eBay. If I can, I'll find them. Of course, I will. And I will, definitely unbox them on the channel, because I want one loose to go along this version of He-Man, all right, in my collection, all right. All right. Of course, don't forget to hit the notification bell when I upload new videos. And tomorrow, I don't know, we'll do another iconic vehicle, from Origins. Maybe the Land Shark, or maybe the Sky Sled, in this universe. Maybe another revisit of Stridor. Compared him to Night Stalker. All right, something fun, as we wait for new figures to come on the channel. Hopefully next week I'll have some new figures. I'm hoping. If not, we always, we'll have some fun regardless. All right. Maybe go back to the CGI line as well. It's been a minute since we've done that. So I do hope, I really do hope you will join me for these, for that. All right. So I hope you guys have a great Sunday, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Take care and have a good one, everybody.